This little selfie stick's tough too.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right, this thing's tough.
You gotta get, next thing you gonna end up getting one that's strapped to your chest, and then just.
Well, listen, I told the channel when I get to 500 subscribers, I'm buying a drone.
Oh yeah, that's lit. This is going level 2. Yeah.
Footage. So, hello. Welcome back to the channel. This is a very, very special installment. A good friend of mine, entrepreneur, everything, business owner, works with me here in the Towson Mall area. Will has agreed to come on to the channel. You might have seen me every now and then in some culture gear on my other channel, but makes very high quality stuff, man. And I just love what you've been doing for the brand and the community here. So listen, I'll shut up, man, and would love for you to introduce yourself.
All right, so Will Wilks, Culture Luxury Streetwear. We just hit our 2-year anniversary. We started November 14th, 2022. A week before we hit our 2-year anniversary, we just hit $1 million in revenue. So it didn't take 2 years, just almost 2 years, but we hit $1 million in revenue. The brand, if you look at the logo for a lot of the pieces inside of the brand is actually going to be actually logoed backwards. And the reason it's backwards is so that it speaks to you as a reminder that culture's all about you, because you create the culture by being the greatest version of yourself. Jimmy is the epitome of that. He's actually one of my best clients. So, you know, it all goes hand in hand. I didn't have to invite him. I feel like the brand invited him, and the magic just was there from that point on. So appreciate you for having me on. You're one of the greatest ambassadors of the brand, not just for your actual support and patronage, but because you embody what culture is all about.
Man, listen, I love it. Listen, I remember when I kind of was first open, I walked by, just the people you hire. You always tell me when we were first talking, like people, when you're thinking about a brand, and they're also shopping you.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the people you hire, like the way you represent yourself, like y'all really being fearless, the way the store vibes out, man, like it was a brand that really spoke to me. And I always had this philosophy that, I don't go into Ralph Lauren asking for discount on premium products. And listen, you make a premium product. My kids love it. The family love it. So I'm glad that I've been able to, be an ambassador of a strong brand like that, man. It's cool.
Well, see, the cool part about it is the privileges with me being able to provide an opportunity for everyone to support a brand with enthusiasm to support it a second time. It's one thing to have an idea about a brand and support it once, but there's this enthusiasm that comes when you meet the quality standard and the innovative standard and the what's the word I'm looking for? The intentionality standard that most brands fail at. I feel like a lot of people are in there for the money. They're in there for the hustle. They're in there for how can I get to the money, but they skip over the people. And you can't skip over the people, because money has no value without people. And people are who you have to cater to in order to get the money. So the most important thing in your business is the people. If you just concentrate on the people, everything else happens. The fanfare, the patronage, the loyalty, the feedback to allow you to be inspired to continue to be even more creative, all happens from the people. I'm enthused every time somebody, like you, Jimmy, you come in and you buy again and again and again, and that's the ultimate compliment to me. The reason it is that it shows me that you haven't become bored with the brand, which means it means more to you than just the aesthetic, because I keep my brand very simple and it's just a one-word logo. So how do I get you to buy again and again and again, unless I add as much value as I possibly can into each and every purchase?
Man, I love it, man. I love that you talked about people. Like, that's a lot of what this channel is about, right? It's like, how do you make an impact on people? I've always felt that, no matter what you do, if you're chasing money, you're probably going to always be chasing money. It's going to probably continue to avoid you.
Because if you chase anything, it runs from you.
Exactly.
Like you're setting the tone. My dog taught me a very valuable lesson. He used to, he would sit, and I could open the door, and he would just sit and wait by the door. And then every 15th time, let's just go with that, right? He'd take off running. And I would chase him. It would be an hour chase for me to chase the dog. And he'd be having fun, and I'm having the worst day of my life trying to catch the super fast pit bull running down the street. He's having a ball, looking back, smiling at me. He thinks it's a game, right? Because if I'm willing to chase, he's willing to run. One day I stopped chasing. He looked at me like, wait, the game's over? And he walked, he came back home. Why? Because I added enough value. I added enough value to say, you want to be here. I don't have to chase you down to be here. I add enough value to inspire you to come where I am versus to having to go to you. Even though I'm willing to. even though I'm willing to.
That's what's up, man. Like I love like that focus on like making people feel good. Like when you make a connection, like people are gonna come back. And listen, you're a young guy, right? Like
yeah, I'm 40. It depends on what you call young. Right?
That's 40. I'm 42. I consider myself very young.
Exactly. There we go.
But listen, man, like I would love to hear like what did you do before Culture, and like what led you to start like to take the risk and invest in yourself and start your own brand.
So it all coincides, right? It all kind of aligns. It all goes together. So the definition of culture is a collective of individuals who understand success doesn't have a uniform. I used to work for multiple Fortune 500 companies, and I was a top performer inside of those Fortune 500 companies. I used to make almost $500,000 a year. And I walked away from that because inside of those infrastructures, especially the more conservative ones, the more traditional companies, the idea was that success walked away, talked away, and looked away.
Yeah.
So I decided to embrace my own value and to be enthusiastic about it, enthusiastic enough to stand on my own, to take what they taught me, because it was very valuable lessons that I learned in corporate, but to take what they taught me and put it in a different box, because, you know, like we all have a gift. And that gift doesn't come in a certain box. And I wanted to be the example that we're valuable in the skin we're in. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what your focus is, as long as it's authentically you're valuable. And that's why if you look at the logoing on my brand, the logoing is backwards, because it's a reminder when you look in the mirror that this is about you. Every time you get dressed, you're the most important person.
That's deep, man. All right. No, man, I love, man, that is deep. And I know you told me about that before, man, and I think that's what spoke to me a lot. Like, you know, again, like it's just a simple word logo. I think when I walk by a store, like it stopped me, like, man, that's hard. And the way you play around with it, and you know, you've done some custom pieces for me.
So here's the ideology behind it. The Culture logo is backwards, so when you look in the mirror, it speaks to you. As a reminder, culture is all about you. Cool. But what happens is that everybody in the world is so used to being catered to. Everything is spoon-fed to them. Their food's already chewed. They don't have to digest it. It's just easily digestible. You can walk down a hallway and you can see 50 signs and none of them will stop you.
Yeah.
Because in your unconscious, you can digest everything you've seen. You've seen it all before. When you see culture, it's a one-word logo, but you can't read it.
Yeah.
Not with the regular eyes.
Right.
You have to use your conscious eyes. And the definition of greatness is being conscious, because you have the opportunity to actively make a decision about what you think, what you feel, and how it affects you.
That is what's up.
So not only when you look in the mirror when you're wearing this brand, do you get the gift of saying, hey, I matter. I'm getting dressed for me today. But when you walk around and other people see you in the brand, what happens is they get a conscious moment.
Yeah.
A break from the monotony of uniformity, everybody catering to them, it being all about them, easily digestible. No, let's make a decision. Let's think about it. Let's look at it and decide how we feel.
Yeah.
And when you get a chance to decide how you feel, that's when you make a difference in your own life.
Yeah.
A lot of times, it's already predetermined. It's already written for you, and you just follow the script. Yeah. But I want to give people the opportunity to decide how they feel.
Man, that's what's up, man. So you take this leap, man. So many of us work in corporate environments, and you know, I don't know if we are that intentional to learn. Like, so what wired you to think that way? Is that something you've always been? Is it, you know, some stuff you read? Like, would love to kind of double tap into that.
I always wanted to know how it worked. I like literally, how does it work? Yeah. Right? Like, there's certain people who are uber successful.
Yeah.
And there's not this linear pattern or pathway that I could identify without doing deeper research. And what happened was, my mom used to be a voracious reader, and she always used to, one of our, like, I used to go with mom and Sundays. She would take me to the bookstore, and I picked up this one book, and it was called "Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and It's All Small Stuff." And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm reading it, and inside of this book, one of the first things that took me on this self-improvement path was this rule of 5. They say when something peeves you, when something bothers you, when something disturbs you, when something perturbs you, right? I want you to use the rule of 5. Yeah. Think about it and say, will this matter 5 minutes from now? All right, maybe. Will it matter 5 hours from now? Maybe. Will it matter 5 days from now? Probably not.
Yeah.
5 weeks from now, most likely not.
Yeah.
5 months from now, almost guaranteed. 5 years from now, most of the things that we actually work ourselves up about,
Don't even work.
they don't really matter.
Yeah.
But we hold on to them, and it's like letting a broke person sign your check. It's no good. It has no value after the moment that they sign it. Like, but you carry that with you for the rest of your day.
Yeah.
How do you make that make sense?
Well, how much time and energy are you spending on that, right?
Right.
Versus some other things.
Well, here's the thing. Energy is everything.
Yep.
So now you allow their energy to be infectious, and it infects you. And now you carry on whatever their ordeals are and whatever their ideals are. Because if you take the word ideal and you take the L off ideal, you get ideas. Where do ideas happen? In your head.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So here's just a wild theory of mine. Imagine this. They say as on heaven as it is on earth. Well, heaven you would describe as the ideal place, right?
Yeah.
So as in your head, so shall it manifest into your life. And what I've learned is consistently that how you think will reveal itself to you time and time again. If you want confirmation on what you've been thinking about most consistently, you don't have to just go to your algorithm. Now that's a cheat code. If you want to see it on a surface level, go tap into your what's called, the discovery page.
Yeah.
On social media, go to your discovery page. If you want to know what you're really thinking about, what you're really focused on, go to your discovery page. It's going to tell you your truth. It's a good look in the mirror that's unbiased.
Trusting those.
It's all good, bro.
Talk about manifest. I ain't gonna make sure I'm following one of those.
Listen, you'll never fall on when you now when you and me.
That is so spot on.
So it's like you look at your search page or your discovery page, and it'll tell you where your focus is. And now you can examine your life. That's a cheat code, right? So just look at the discovery page. But if you just think about the thoughts that you've been having, I guarantee you the life that you're living aligns with the thoughts that you're having.
100%.
So
we manifest our reality, whether we realize it or not. But if you kind of reflect on it, it's like, dang.
You gotta figure out if you're an active manifester or you're a passive manifester.
Yeah.
Like if you're living your life, right, and you're living this life of yours, and you're using the 5 basic senses to govern your life, you are living a life of reaction.
Yeah.
Because you're reacting
to everything
that's already been created when you're actually a creator.
Yeah. That's that line in Bruce Almighty. I just watched that movie for the first time like a year or two ago because my mom wouldn't let us watch it as kids. It was sacrilege.
Yeah, exactly.
And, when I watched it, and it was funny, he talks about what he says, like, said when you ask God for patience, God doesn't give you patience. He gives you situations
where you have to be patient.
It's kind of like, I had an episode where I talk about like being thoughtful and like how you ask for stuff, right? And you're asking from a place of lack or not having it. You're essentially keeping yourself away from it, and you're preventing that door from opening.
I'm gonna make it simple. When you get in the Uber, do you pick your destination or do you pick the pathway?
You pick your destination.
You only pick the destination. The worst Uber ride you can ever have is when you get involved with the pathway. No, make the right. Stop right there. Go faster. That's when
not why I even took an Uber. I want to be.
You might as well drive, right?
Yeah.
But how can you drive if you don't know better than the global positioning system, than God's positioning system? If you don't have access to the GPS, how can you dictate the direction in which you go? Why don't you just pick the destination and trust that the GPS is going to get you there? God's positioning system, your global positioning system, your universal positioning system, your higher self is registering every one of your wishes and every one of your dreams.
And the Bible talks about it, right? As a man thinketh, like
as a man thinketh,
is powerful.
It's literally the blueprint. I'm gonna give you some weird. I'm gonna take this channel a different place.
This is what this channel is about. Diversity is different perspective.
So watch this.
Let's get it.
So our reality is an intersection of time and space.
Yep.
Would you agree with that?
I'm locked in.
Okay, cool. So there's an intersection of time and space. This looks like a cross. Okay. The only way that you can mark a intersection of time and space is with a feeling. You don't have a memory, you don't have a imagination, and you don't have a present without a feeling.
Yeah.
So the feeling is what nails you to the cross. And the feeling that you have currently has to pass away in order for the new version of you to be born. You sound familiar? That sound like a familiar story to you?
Listen, you
Sound
talking
like
about some, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's this like a feeling.
A truth.
A feeling is a vibe. Would you agree?
Yes, sir.
Like, okay, you know that's a song. It's a vibe. It's a vibe, right? That's a song, right? But we're talking about a feeling. Like, we vibing. We're having good feelings, right? But a vibe is short for vibration. Okay, so the vibe is short for vibration, and vibration also translates into frequency.
It's what you vibing out.
Whatever the frequency you tune into will play the song of your life, and all songs like it. It's gonna play your favorite song, and all songs that align with your favorite song.
You can't go to Hot 97 and get the Baltimore Ravens.
You can't get it.
You gotta tune into the right frequency. Listen, say it again for him, Will, because I've been screaming it in a lot of different ways. If people don't understand, like your attitude, we say your attitude matters. It's your vibration.
It's your vibration. You have to trick yourself into alignment with the most ideal version of yourself. And how do you do that? You have to get into a vibe that's high enough to align with you being in that house of your dreams, in that job of your dreams, in that car of your dreams. Imagine how you would feel like if you could just sit and pause this video, like right now, don't leave it, but pause it for 30 seconds and imagine how it would feel to be in that house of your dreams.
Ooh, and feel it.
Feel it. Like, imagine, like, talk to me about the details. Like, get so busy in the details of your dream that your mind doesn't have a choice to go anywhere else. It doesn't have a choice to go to self-doubt. Where attention goes is where attention goes. You can only pay attention to one thing. So if you're paying attention to your dream, you actually leave this time-space reality. And you are literally in.
And you're just moving now.
You're in the actual reality of your dreams.
Man.
You ever caught yourself daydreaming?
Yeah, all the time.
Then you come back to reality like, oh wait,
you know how much I walk?
You catch yourself daydreaming and you're not conscious. You ever been driving your car and then leave? And then still end up where you're going?
Dude, hundreds of times. Or sometimes I'm so focused on what I was doing the other day.
You missed where you're going.
Yeah, and I'm going to where I thought I was going. It's on autopilot.
Why? Because you're only being human. You're not human. You're a human being, or you're being human. So if you're being human, then you have to be something greater than human if you're only being human.
Dude, that's deep, man. So I love it. Listen, it's funny that, we talk about vibrations and we kind of hit it off from day one. I didn't know that we shared, so many similar
thoughts and for sure. Philosophy is a better term for it.
Yeah, man, that's what's up, man. Like, I just love, like, again, like you're a person that, again, what I love about the brand, like your passion behind it. I see you in here every day. Like, obviously you get a day off every now and then. Like, it never feels like you're at work.
No. That was because that was a decision. I decided never to work again.
That's what's up.
I decided never, because there was a choice. Once I identified that there was a choice, then I can make a decision. Until you identify the choice, you can't decide. Okay, cool. So let's
say that one more time for him, Will.
Until you identify the choice, you can't decide. So I'm gonna break it down to you. I'm gonna make it.
Need to go on one of your next T-shirts.
I'm gonna make it make sense, right? Watch this, Jimmy. So, if you were to dramatize something, right? That means you make it dramatic.
Yes.
Okay. If you were to jeopardize something, you were to make it in jeopardy.
Yes.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So if you were to realize something, what are you doing?
You're bringing it in reality.
You're making it real. So
they don't even know the power of the words.
Just the power of attention. Once you place your attention on the idea that you have a decision to make, the decision will reveal itself.
It's done, man.
You got a choice now.
It's done.
Now you got to get back into the feeling, because the feeling is what nails you to the time and space reality. So you got a decision to make, and now how does it feel to make this decision? Well, it feels bad to make the decision. Okay, cool. Now you're manifesting a time and space reality that is out of alignment with the ideal self that you imagine. If it feels good, then you're making a decision that's in alignment with your higher self in a time and space reality in which you want to create.
Man, that's beautiful, man.
But you have the opportunity to make things real or realize things. So let's take it further. Let's go scientific, right? Everything is made of energy and matter. Would you agree?
100%.
That's the full ingredients of life. Everything you know, see, and don't see is made of energy and matter. Okay. So where attention goes, energy flows. That's a cheat code to life. So when you pay attention to something that hasn't even been realized just yet, you hold your attention on it for long enough, matter will start to organize in a frequency and or vibration that can be detected by your basic senses, and that's how you materialize things or materialize things. This is how you make it real.
Listen, we speaking of this channel right now. I've been telling this channel's about to blow up. This is the episode. We're materializing this happening right now.
But you materialize this, right? Let me tell you how you materialize it. Because you embody a epic aura.
I appreciate that, man.
That is inspiring to so many people, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you refuse to get in that box. You might work the box, but you don't get in it. This is like Apple is harder to get into than Harvard or Yale.
Yeah.
Right. As far as the hiring process, right?
It is. It's brutal.
It's harder to get into Harvard. But imagine if it's harder to get in as a student than Harvard and Yale. How hard is it to be an instructor at Apple?
Yeah.
How hard is it to be an instructor at Harvard and Yale? Yeah. You've accomplished that.
Yeah.
In your own skin.
Yeah,
you
man,
did it your way, bro. Yeah. And it doesn't just translate to them.
Right.
They're just the beneficiaries in a small box.
Yeah.
The world and everybody who comes across you is a beneficiary in a global, like universal.
Yeah.
Okay, I can be myself and be successful. Box. Yeah. You represent that to so many people, bro, and I don't think you know that.
I don't. I just be doing stuff.
Yeah, because you know why? Yeah. Because that's your business. It's your business to be great. It's everybody's business to be great. When you become authentically you, like Jimmy is authentically him. Jimmy just gonna walk and talk. Why? Because that's what Jimmy does.
That's what we do, baby. Love
so we put a digestible vibration out there, which is recognizable inside the box. Meaning, okay, we put this on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So we put this on YouTube, and now you can tune into this vibration because this is something that you accepted as real.
Yeah.
When you realize there's a million Jimmys in your life and you're one of them, that's when greatness happens. That's when you start to celebrate every individual who you come across and walk past, and you see the value. You just decide, because there's always a decision made. Am I going to see greatness in you?
Right.
Or am I going to see my own insecurities in you?
Yep. And we do that so much without knowing it sometimes.
You can't see anything other than your own insecurities.
Yep, you're projecting.
That is you, because you are matter realizing.
Yep.
You are the star of the movie. You are the producer and the writer.
Yep.
So when you see illness, it's because illness is in your script.
Yep, it is.
When you see weakness, because weakness is in your script.
Yeah.
So if you decide what kind of movie you want to write, you want to write a movie about greatness, why do we have weakness?
Yeah.
I mean, it could play a part.
Yeah. It
could, but like, how big of a role do you want weakness to play in your movie?
No.
How big of a role do you want illness to play in your movie?
Man, dude, man, you listen, I hope people really double click on these words, because I tell you, it's powerful. Like, I hear people when they are in like places they're uncomfortable, it's like, oh my God, why these people they're judging me, they're looking at me. And it's like, no, actually, they're doing what they always do.
They're doing what they're inspired to do.
And you're projecting these thoughts without knowing. Go ahead, the conversation.
You're tuning into that frequency, and they don't have a choice because you're
because you're projecting it, and that's so you're going to get those books. You're tracking.
You're going to figure out somehow, some way to turn them into the person that you believe they are.
Yes, 1000%.
Every single time, in every single instance, it does not miss. It is always your doing, but you are never at fault, because if you manifest something that you don't like, you still have to celebrate the fact that you're a powerful manifester, because now you can at least admit that you're manifesting. That's my thought, man. I said, tell everybody, if you're in a negative place, it should be liberating. To know that right, wrong, or this is about to stop. You know, they don't be a little brolic and house and stuff. Oh, let's go. So a little action scene in every episode. No, but yeah, like, I think it's inspiring, right? Like, that, you know, like, even if it's not all good, like, hey, I got myself here. Yeah. I can get myself wherever I want to go. Yeah, and if you just pause for a second and go, hey, wait a minute. More recently, where have my thoughts been? Yeah. Does this reality align with the pessimism that I've harbored? Yeah. The doubt that I've harbored? The hatred that I've harbored, the lack mindset that I've harbored, damn, it does. And I haven't been feeling good recently. And that situation is manifested. isn't good, it's not in alignment with the reality that I want to live, damn, that kind of makes sense. The feeling comes before the actual materialization of the thing.
Yep.
The feeling is a vibration. The vibration is a frequency. You can't play the song till you tune into the station.
And you can't get there if you're not feeling good. If you don't feel good, you gotta think about yourself, it's not gonna happen.
You gotta wake up and decide to feel good.
Man, say it again. I used to tell folks all the time, man, what are you smoking? What are you on? And I'd be like, man, I'm on life. Like, I got up this morning. Yeah. And if you told me the sun wasn't going to be here, then I'll freak out.
Yeah.
But outside of that, man, God's giving me another day. I got to see my kids, I see my wife. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the little things.
So
it's not so little.
You're right. Watch this, because you brought up something that was little, but it's not so little. So here's a crazy thing. You know what my favorite role model is? The sun.
Consistent. Every day.
Every day, bro.
Every day.
Snow, sun out. Clouds, sun out.
Yep.
Rain, sun out. Tornado, hurricane. It just shines. And then who it's supposed to shine on, it shines on, and understands that its purpose is not to dictate who it shines on, but it's there to be there to shine on who's supposed to get shined on. Listen. It ain't mad when it ain't shining on you. Right. No. It ain't mad that it ain't on your time. It's not even disappointed. It's not that you're trying to fight that fight.
The sun's the sun.
The sun is the sun.
Yep.
Who made the sun?
God.
You mean the son of God?
God.
The son of God wakes up and shines every day, no matter who has access to him or who does not. In this time, he understands that he will be exposed to who is supposed to be exposed to him.
Always.
You know what the crazy part about the sun is?
Yeah.
All the life that it provides, you get a little too close.
Yeah.
Here you get smoked.
Yeah. Yep.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Everybody got their limitations. Everybody got their boundaries. Everybody got their safe spaces. Some people are built to be closer to the sun.
Yep.
Some people not. That don't make them more or less great.
Yeah.
It just makes you aware of what piece of the puzzle you are. Because
you gotta find that, like, and you gotta find your guidance system.
You gotta tap into that. You have to understand that your feelings are your guiding system.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
If you feel, let's go. We gonna go.
Oh man, they stopping. My man, he must be from Jersey. Oh no, man, like that is, man. Listen, you don't even understand, man. And like, for me, you know, like how inspiring you are for me. Like I know you know, just again, like somebody that took the opportunity, learn by doing and start your own business.
Yeah.
You know, you put other people on. Like I know that's something that we haven't got a chance to touch on the channel yet. You know, like just what you do for the malls too. Like, you know, I always say malls are communities. And,
yeah.
You know, they can be filled with a lot of big brands, but it's me. It's like, you know, it's people like you that really give it like the character. You know what I mean? And so like that's really what it's all about. And again, like people feel good.
Yeah.
When they put your clothes on, they feel good when they leave your building.
Yeah.
You know, and you're a hell of a leader too. Like I haven't, you know, just the people that I've been able to work with, we cross paths with, and like some of the knowledge you imparted, and it's just been impressive.
It's because I'm not possessive of people, places, or things. I understand that everybody has a pathway, and my only purpose, I'm just a Cub Scout when I was young. My only purpose is to leave the people, places, or things that I encounter better than I found them.
Man, amen to that.
That's it.
Amen to that.
When I hire my employees, I told them, they didn't believe me, and now it manifested into something real, right? You got one of my old employees. She said,
You
got one of my old employees, right?
Crushing it.
And I literally told her, the things I'm going to teach you, you can carry them into your career. You can carry, I don't need you here forever. My gift to myself is to give the gift to every person, place, and thing that I come across, because you'll make the world a better place for the people who come after me.
Yep. And that's what it's about. That's how you impact this next generation.
Yeah, but it was, you know, it was an ultimate compliment, because I admire you. And I admire your character, and I admire your judge of character, and I admire your tenacity and your dedication to excellence. And so for you to see the light that I saw in my employee, or in my, let's go with that one employee, but you see, a lot of my employees, you compliment all my employees.
Yeah, you know, my boy Don, like, listen, big ups to him too, you know.
But that's the ultimate compliment, bro. Like when I'm watching greatness come down the hall and it identifies greatness, I'm going, I did it right. Right? Man. Like, and
you be getting your staff is every time I go in there.
It's about growing them, though, and showing them that they are the light. Man. You change the world by being you. You change the world by being authentically you, and all my job is to equip you with as many skills as I possibly can. As much as you can digest is as much as I can feed you.
Yeah, listen.
Until you can go to the next space, and then I want you to bring me something back. Tell me how it is.
Yeah.
You might be able to go into a room I can't go into.
Yeah, man. Listen, we'll get in here. Ooh, that was Nipper, man.
Yeah, it's a whole different animal.
Well, man, listen, y'all got a chance to connect with one of my good friends, Will, entrepreneur, inspiring. Check him out in Towson. Again, you'll see me in this culture swag.
Yeah, we gonna listen.
He inspired my son to start a brand. Man, so just big ups. I appreciate what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Keep crushing it. I can't wait till we see culture just popping up locations all over the Midwest.
It's a privilege. Like, this is the ultimate compliment to share your platform with me, and for hopefully for me to help grow your platform.
Heck yeah,
you know, like, if y'all could do me a favor, share his content, not just this video, but like share his content, share his dedication to expanding ideology and changing the world on a walk.
Yes, sir, man.
Like, it doesn't take a lot. It just takes conscious effort, and bro makes a conscious effort all the time to figure out how he can make. He might have with the cups together.
No, but he vice well.
At this point, right, every person, place, or thing a better place.
Yeah.
He does it. He embodies it. And so the greatest favor you can do, either one of us, is to continue to be the best version of yourself. And secondly, share this so that you can help somebody else become the better version of yourself. It may be something in this video, maybe something in one of his videos that changes the world, or changes the world of a person who will change the world. So,
catalyst to great things.
You already know.
My man, Will, it has been a pleasure, big dog.
Man, you know what time it is, bro.
Towson.
Sincerely appreciate y'all. If y'all on Instagram, I'm sorry. Actually, I want to focus on my YouTube, but the Instagram is the same thing. It's A Fly Mind on YouTube. I just posted my first video 2 days ago, and so we're gonna go up from here. But I'm pretty sure me and Jimmy gonna double back. We're gonna have another talk. I think this is fun.
This is the first of many, and I'm gonna return the favor one day. We get up on your platform, man. I appreciate it.
I look forward to it, bro.
Checking out culture right now, man. We see y'all soon.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you for your support.